Right now, North Carolina is looking for its next round of workers to help shape the state's upcoming infrastructure improvements. Funding for thousands of jobs coming from the bipartisan infrastructure bill that President Biden signed into law last month. And this directs billions of dollars to the Tar Heel state for things like roads, bridges, broadband, and electric car networks. WCNC Charlotte's Shamarria Morrison spoke with the U.S. Secretary of Labor about this. And Shay, you join us now live near I-77 in Charlotte, the front line, so to speak. Shay, when can people start applying for jobs?
Well, they can't apply just yet, but what they can do is start to become prepared to be qualified for those jobs that'll start opening up in the next few years. Now, for example, the North Carolina Department of Transportation will need people to work on highways like the one I'm standing in front of, the front line, so to speak. Secretary Walsh told me today what jobs he thinks will be coming to the North Carolina area after the jobs start to come. Roads and bridges in North Carolina will see the largest share of money from the trillion-dollar infrastructure law enacted last month. The U.S. Secretary of Labor, Martin Walsh, says the jobs produced will be in the tens of thousands.
You're talking about investing in construction jobs and roads and bridges. You're thinking about also clean drinking water, lead pipes. You're thinking about broadband access.
The Department of Labor says overall employment of construction laborers and helpers is projected to grow 7% from 2020 to 2030, with an average pay of $17.83 an hour. No college degree necessary.
There's also an engineering aspect to it, an architecture aspect to it, and then there's a technical aspect to it. So when the broadband access gets put in, then you're going to need technicians, being people to run the technology to the house.
The median annual wage for architects was $82,320 in May 2020. Employment of architects is projected to grow 3% from 2020 to 2030. That's slower than the average of all occupations. And employment of civil engineers is projected to grow 8.4% from 2014 to 2024. Even with unemployment claims at a 50-year low, there's still a worker shortage across industries.
There's a lot of concern people have. I think that some people are worried about their health, so they're just not going back into the workforce. Some people have childcare concerns, and they're paying too much for childcare. They're not going back in the workforce.
Walsh is relying on the spread of COVID-19 to reduce enough for people to take advantage of jobs coming in the next few years. Now, a lot of people are excited about prospective jobs coming from the infrastructure law, but it's important to note that the money that's going to be invested from this law will be over a decade. It's not going to come today, not tomorrow. But nonetheless, we do not know just yet when cities like Charlotte will start to see the money coming from the infrastructure law. It's still coming down the pipeline and being figured out on the federal level. Live near I-77, Shamarria Morrison, WCNC Charlotte.
Shamarria, thank you.